Let not your hearts be troubled. Now, I've often shared with you that the Greek syntax is different than English syntax. And so part of what helps with that is what it really says is, let not be troubled your hearts. And by the way, they are deeply troubled. Jesus has told them he is leaving. And the fundamental theme of this text is, I am coming to you. They are afraid. Remember, after the resurrection, they're still afraid. Their Messiah is leaving. Do you think they're a little bit troubled? Yeah, I think so. Do you think they're a little bit afraid? I think so. And so Jesus is saying to them, let not your hearts be troubled. Be not afraid. Then, the next line, the next two phrases are really important, and it's never translated properly. And you ask me, why is it never translated properly? Because none of the translators are as smart as I am. It says, believe in God, believe also in me. Well, first of all, this believe in John's gospel is a unique and very particular Greek construction. It occurs about 32 times in John's gospel. When you say believe in something, it sounds like a head trip. It sounds like a cognitive, yes, I agree with it, right? Right? That's not what Jesus is saying. He says, believe into God. The Greek preposition is as clear as a bell. Believe into. But we don't talk that way in English. Because it's not about agreeing with something. It's entering a relationship. It's entering a relationship. One of the responsibilities of leaders is to create a place where people feel safe. Right? That makes sense. So that's what Jesus is all about in this text. They are afraid. And the fundamental thing I learned about people feeling safe, it's one thing for me, or the leaders of the church, to create an objective reality of safety. It's another thing for people to feel safe. And so what I learned from a psychologist by the name, many of you may have heard this name, Gabriel Mate, he said, safety is created by relationship. If you're entering a place where you don't feel safe, go find someone you know and create a connection. And that's where we feel safe. And that's exactly what Jesus is teaching in this passage. Believe into God. Feel connected to God. And then believe into me. Feel connected to me. Feel in relationship with me. And fear vanishes. Are you there? Of everything you could get from this text, that's the fundamental issue Jesus is dealing with. They are afraid. And he doesn't just say, let not your hearts be troubled. He teaches them how to let their hearts not be troubled. Focus on believing into the relationship. Believe into God. Believe into me. There are many dwelling places in my Father's house. If that weren't true, would I have told you that I'm preparing a place for you? I'm preparing a place for you to enter into and feel safe. Let not your hearts be troubled. Believe into God. Believe into me.